This video was sponsored by PowerCircle Clothing and Headbusters Food Company in association with Cookup Unlimited.
Cookup!
It's not a podcast.
Yo, Dennis here, back with another episode of This Is Not a Podcast. Y'all already know what the lick read. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and hit that notification button. It's greatly appreciated. So, today's episode, we're going to talk about making yourself unavailable. That's right. You know, on the road to success, when you got tunnel vision, on the road to riches, on the road to reaching that ultimate goal, sometimes you got to make yourself unavailable. We're here to talk about working towards making yourself unavailable. To some of y'all that might be blind to the fact of making yourself unavailable, might think that's taking a hit. You might even think that's a form of being Hollywood or a form of being an introvert. Well, I'm here to tell you, depending on who you talk to, it's all of the above. But I'm telling you, it's very necessary. You know, it's only 24 hours in a day, and you only got so much time to be spending on necessary things and unnecessary things. And the key is to eliminate all unnecessary things. Hey, you right there, you. Watch the videos to the end. Now, in my line of work, you know, you always pride yourself on just making yourself available, being punctual, staying on point at all times. It's pros and cons to that. Let's start with the cons. We all know the pros. You know what I'm saying? When you punctual and you on time, it means you on time for the paper. You beating everybody to the punch. But the cons is what we don't talk about all the time. And what are the cons? Now, I'm gonna give you an example. Now, I get at least annually, maybe 4 to 5 calls of people saying the same thing every single year. I know a lot of my entrepreneurs understand what I'm talking about, and I know y'all can relate. Let me give you an example. Hey bro, you know I'm gonna be ready for you, bro. Hey bro, you know I'm ready to shoot that video. Hey bro, how much you charge again? Hey bro, what's your phone number? Hey bro, what's your email? Hey bro, you get what I'm saying? Now you see where this pattern starts? That's not really a customer. You know, we all like to provide quality customer service for our customers. You always pride yourself on just taking time out to talk to each and every person that inquires about your business. And by all means, you know what to do, but sometimes your discernment has to kick in. Your instincts has to kick in. You should be able to differentiate whether this is a potential customer or this is somebody just talking. You ain't lying their lips. They just want to sit and run their mouth. They know damn well they ain't about to get nothing from you. They know damn well they ain't about to shop. They just want to keep talking to you. And sometimes people just want to either meet you in person or just sit there and call your phone and just run their mouth about something they not gonna do. Not even calling nobody's names. It's not even to put nobody out on blast. I'm just saying these are part of the reasons why you have to make yourself unavailable to everybody. You know, sometimes you got some people out there that may be full of ideas, or they might just be unbearable to work with. Sometimes business don't go the right way sometimes, or sometimes you just, after a certain experience, you know you don't want to dive into that again, especially if the money ain't right. If the money ain't right, you know we ain't there. But at the end of the day, you got to work towards making yourself unavailable. So that's the word for today. Once again, let's go back. It's only 24 hours in a day. You only got a certain amount of time to sleep. You got a certain amount of time to eat. If you got a family, you got a certain amount of time to spend with your family. And if you got a wife, a girlfriend, significant other, whatever you want to call it, you got only but so much time. And it's never enough time for either one of those people. You know what I mean? Any one of those categories is never enough time. There's never enough time. But you have to make time. So what do? Sometimes we focus a lot more on business. Even myself, I do struggle with that all the time because, you know, being a person that's driven, this is some of our struggles and what we struggle with sometimes. You could be so focused on work. In my case, you might sometimes neglect your wife sometimes. Sometimes you might neglect your kids. You know, they want you to be there for every single moment of the day, and they want you to do a lot of things, but sometimes you got to put your priorities in perspective. I myself, I've been very blessed and fortunate enough to take my career into my own hands by saying, you know what, you know, I'm not going to punch a clock. Instead, I'm gonna focus on my business. I'm gonna focus on my brand so I can spend more time with my kids, so I can spend more time with my wife, so I can do a lot of the things, so I don't miss out on life. Self-care, focus on my health, you know what I mean? As you know, a lot of people that was in quarantine, you know, picked up a little weight, so we all trying to get it down. We all trying to work out, get in the gym, trying to get it right, get it tight. Some of y'all working on that summer body. Some of y'all got a project right now sitting in your attic, your garage, or in your computer, or in your hard drive that you've just been meaning to get around to. As a matter of fact, I'm using myself as an example. Once again, I got a gang of projects right now. I got documentaries, I got short films, I got scripts. All this time I've taken time to just go through everything that I possibly have that's on the back burner. And I looked at all these different projects projects, and I'm like, you know what? Enough is enough. I got to do what I need to do. And in order to do that, I have to make myself unavailable. Basically, what I'm saying is sometimes you gotta look yourself in the mirror for about 5 minutes and realize that, okay, I need to make a list. I need to check myself. I need to look down this list and see what's on my priority list. Now, you gotta take care of home, you gotta pay your bills. We know all that stuff. But what am I doing to push my company forward? What am I doing for my brand? You might make others a lot of money. You might put a lot of time and effort into other people's things. And I myself, I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of that because I do help people grow brands. It's kind of like a part of what I do. And sometimes you can do that to the point where you will neglect your own brand. And that's why we cannot do that. That's a no-no. Even though, we trying to take care of business, but on the flip side, what are you doing for your brand? How hard are you promoting your brand? How much are you networking? This is the year where that is over. And I decided, I took it upon myself to make myself more and more unavailable. Even if that means I have to cut down clients. Even if that means I got to cut off people. Even if that means I got to call family members, friends, whatever. If you're not talking about a certain thing and you're not talking my language, 9 times out of 10 you probably cut off. If I sat there and thought about, well, a lot of people you might deal with probably don't even mean you no good. And that's on a personal level. Imagine business. You feel like you stand still, if you feel stagnant, right? And you like, man, I'm not making enough money, or I'm not getting enough exposure, or I'm not doing this, or I'm trying to up my game and do this and do that, right? Well, you got to start making yourself unavailable. You got to start eliminating everything that's not helping you grow, everything that's keeping you at a standstill. So you got to fish around, look around, dig deep. You got to reevaluate your priorities, reevaluate your strategies, and start a process of elimination. That might, like I said, that might be cutting off clients. You might have to do a lot less customer service. You might have to a little more lab hours trying to perfect your thing and just buckle down and focus on what you got going on. It's a saying that I picked up. I was in a seminar a couple weekends ago, and it was a saying, and pertaining to music, of course, and it was a saying, who are you making music for? Who are you doing it for? He was making a point to say, you should make music for your brand, not your fans. Now, I said that's a real statement, but that's a whole nother conversation for another time. I might even bring somebody, and we're going to talk about that same subject. We're going to probably, use that as a subject matter. So I'm going to just go ahead and make that a check mark, and I'm going to end this video right here. And again, today's message was, start making yourself unavailable. I realized that being unavailable, protecting my peace, and getting goals accomplished never felt so good. And I didn't realize that till I was having a conversation with my mother one night. That's when it became crystal clear. And that's how I ended up with today's message. And that's making yourself unavailable. I hope y'all received this message. I thank y'all. Since you watched this video to the end, and at some point in the beginning of the video, I'm going to tell you to watch this video to the end. So if you made it this far, I want to thank you personally for watching this video to the end. And definitely, please watch these videos to the end from here on out. It definitely helps the algorithm. It's telling YouTube to, hey, let your boy in, put me in the rotation so a lot of people can get around to this content. And I thank y'all for watching the shorts. I'm going to keep putting out the shorts, and I'm going to try to stay consistent. We've gained a few subscribers here and a few subscribers there. Shout out to everybody that's on the new. I hope that you stay here, and I hope that you enjoy our content. I can only get better. I got more content in store. That's why I'm making myself unavailable, so I can squeeze out this content. I got a big, long project list of unreleased footage, a lot of different projects that I was supposed to get out to you moons ago. So I'm gonna put them out here on out. My apologies. I stand corrected. I'm making my corrections as we go. And that concludes our video for today. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and hit that notification button. And as always, keep God first, stay sucker free, and by all means get to the money. Peace and love, stay healthy, and I'm out. Peace.